Hello, sports fans. This is Christian Bacigaluppi with Sports Talk While Playing. I am playing, kind of, this game called Super Mega Baseball 3. Let me fix that bottom thing real quick. Uno momento, por favor. There we go. Fix that. I fixed that. I mean. Anyway, again, this is Christian Bac2Bragg, guest hosting Sports Talk while playing, and in this case, I am playing Super Mega Baseball 3, and I don't know if you'd really say playing as much as finishing up the logos for Bac2Bragg Sports and Boss E's upcoming Baseball Sim League. It'll actually be two leagues, kind of. There's like the Academy League, which is kind of like the college, and where players will move up to the pros, the Cosmic League. I have to make from scratch three team logos. Actually four, because I got to finish one team's logo. Well, not finished. They have their hat logo. They don't have their shirt logo. We'll get into that. I have the list of... Where is it? I'm looking on the wrong thingamajigger. Okay. But while I do that, we can talk sports. Any sports. Though to be honest, the state of sports right now is kind of meh. So anyway, what I'm doing now is the Sea of Tranquility, which is on the moon, from what I understand. Turtles. Now, I am not stuck, but required to make these logos from just the components, maybe the props I could use. I'm not taking like straight logos that they give you, and I think that's more for commercial reasons, so they could maybe sell merch at some point. I get my cut from making the logos, etc., etc. So what I want to do is make a space turtle. I'm thinking about a shell, and I kind of have the turtle from It. I don't know if the turtle ever comes into play in the book. I know they talk about it. I don't think they talk about it in either movie. I haven't seen number 2 of the It Chapter 2, the latest version of It. Most of these logos have been pretty easy for me so far. This one is leaving me a little bit at a blank. Let me look at this. Design, scale it down. Accept. Alright. Let's do that again. Choose the colors of this team. Dark green. I want a light green. One white. You don't have to go in and out every time you change a color. I just keep accidentally hitting the wrong button. That's really the most difficult part about this is making these logos is remembering the controls. And now a little bit of red, and that's where it comes in. Represents the balloon, though there's gonna be a lot less red in the jerseys. Alright, so we had this scaled down to 66. And we got it moved down to 50, negative 50 in position. Now what I want to do is copy it, move the design, rotate it, which is perfect 180. Let's scale it down to 50. Move it down to 75. Scale it down to 50. Go with that. Now, the new images. And if I could use baseball as plate, I mean, to make parts of a shell. I don't know if that's going to work. In my mind, it worked great. I did it like this. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Alright, let's get rid of that. So I'm supposed to talk about the state of baseball. Or not baseball, just sports. And really, the state of sports is kind of just effed. For real. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Oh. I could probably just use that as a shell. Alright. I could use that maybe to make the as they say in ceramics, the relief. I believe they say that. It's been a while since I took that class. So yeah, the state of sports is not very good. Baseball is a mess. Most people don't, well, I'm not going to say most, a lot of people don't think they're going to even finish their season. I definitely see why that is, unfortunately. Wrestling, if you like wrestling, they're having issues because we're realizing how much fans make make wrestling interesting. Like, even wrestlers will say, like, without a crowd, it's just weird. It's hard to deal with. Or not deal with, but, like, gauge how they're doing. It's a tail. But I need to... There we go. Tail. Almost looks like a head, really. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work as well as I was thinking. What else? If baseball's not going to be able to finish, I don't know how the NFL is gonna. I mean, at least with baseball, the teams have them for half the time on the road. Like, hey, they can't really go anywhere. And then when we get back, they should be spending most of their time at home. With football, you have them on the road for a couple days if they have an away game. And then they're back home, and they're probably just doing whatever they want. Shoot, even in the NBA, you got guys sneaking out to go to strip clubs, from what I hear. that's your thing. I'm not trying to knock people who go to strip clubs. So I'm not also not trying to approve of it either. Don't make me pick a side. Yeah, maybe I should get a picture of a turtle. Oops, didn't mean to pick an outline. Alright, pulling up a picture of a turtle here. What other sports going on? NBA's ratings are terrible, from what I hear. Some people want to blame, I don't want to say the Black Lives Matter. See, it's funny because the Black Lives Matter thing, it's a thought and it's a group, and I think the group turned people off because some of the things. Like, if you look at their mission statement, Marcellus Wiley, did I get his name right? Part of ESPN. Let me double check his name. Marcellus. Yeah, Marcellus Wiley. I had misspelled something terrible. He goes on about it. Let me play that clip. Let me find it first. And he makes a lot of good points. Like, you could be 100% behind Black Lives Matter. I mean, the thought that Black Lives Matter, but the group has some views or goals. I believe he talks about their mission statement. Marcellus Wiley. Yep, there it is. Trying to find the I believe this is it.
I don't know how many people really look into the mission statement of Black Lives Matter, but I did. And when you look into it, there's a couple things that jump out to me. And I'm a black man who's been black, and my life has mattered since 1974. And this organization was founded in 2013. I'm proud of it. But I've been fighting this fight for me and for others a lot longer. Two things. My family structure is so vital and important to me. Not only the one I grew up in, but the one I'm trying to create right now. Being a father and a husband, that's my mission in life right now. How do I reconcile that, what I just told you, with this mission statement that says, quote, we dismantle the patriarchal practice. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement. When I know statistics, when I know my reality, forget statistics. I knew this before I even went to Columbia and saw these same statistics that I'm going to read to you right now. That children from single-parent homes versus two-parent homes. The children from the single-parent homes, this is in 1995 I was reading this. 5 times more likely to commit suicide. 6 times more likely to be in poverty. 9 times more likely to drop out of high school. 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances. 14 times more likely to commit rape. 20 times more likely to end up in prison. And 32 times more likely to run away from home. I knew that. You know why I knew it? Because a lot of my friends didn't have family structures that were nuclear like mine, and they found themselves outside of their dreams and goals and aspirations. So when I see that, or as a mission statement for Black Lives Matter, it makes me scratch my head. When I also see their mission is to eradicate white supremacy. In 2020, white supremacy is the mission. Ooh, that's a lot of digging through minutia right there. I am on a show that I'm hosting along with another black guy who is hosting with me, who replaced another black guy. And that's just one example of it. So I understand, I respect your space. I respect what you're protesting for. But will you respect others who don't support that same protest?
Oh, that was it? He went on longer than that. But I think he hit on the keys that I was talking about. And he's I lost my train of thought. It's hard doing two things at one time. But you paint Black Lives Matter on the court, you're gonna offend some people, and I know some people want to claim it's only white people offended, but I mean, I don't know if I'd say, yeah, Marcellus Wiley sounded kind of offended there by this group. Then you add other things, and well, let me finish that thought. Other people will agree with those statements, and well, let me put down this control for a second so I can finish this thought. Other people agree with that statement, and they don't like Black Lives Matter. The group, not the thought, I'm talking about the group, which is kind of clever of them to use that name, but as I've heard it said before, just because your name is noble doesn't mean you are. You can like feed the children, but what you do is you get money and you feed your own children. It's like you're not feeding all the children, you're just feeding your own children. Which is good, but you shouldn't masquerade as if you feed the children. The sounds like all the children. Which is another problem people have with Black Lives Matter, is people, call it certain Black Lives Matter because they only care about Black lives when it's under certain circumstances. A lot of people think they should be doing something to help with all the murders going on in like cities like Chicago and whatnot, where there are tons of black deaths. And black children's deaths, especially on holiday weekends in, say, Chicago. So, like, I could go on with a number of issues people have Black Lives Matter, the group, and you paint that on the, basketball's painting that on the floors. And then you have tons of people kneeling. You're still offending people. And so the people, honestly, I think the people who do it now, and really anyone who did it after Kaepernick, and really maybe Kaepernick eventually, don't do it. It's not about the flag. But originally, he said it himself. I am not going to, let's find the statement. I don't want to misquote him. But he pretty much says it was about the flag. Let's find he spells it weird. Kaepernick? There we go. Kaepernick. Flag. Maybe that will do it. Ah, there we go. That seems really long. I'll try to find a shorter version of that. Man, this episode is getting really in depth to where I'm pulling up yada. Just get to it. See, right there he mentions the flag. So, it's kind of hard for some people, and some people don't even care either way. I think it'd be like, it's about the flag and kneeling, which, teams are kneeling, like full teams are kneeling. I think WNBA is just running off the court during the national anthem, which is offending a lot of people. So, like, screw this league. Well, I don't like those people who are like, I'm never watching it again. Well, now you're not opening, at least recognizing that you're not open for the league to change and hit a middle ground to make everyone happy. One would think, all this stuff, plus, so you got all the Black Lives Matter, social justice controversy. You have no crowds, which is weird people out. You have an uncertainty of leagues finishing. Hockey and NBA seem like they're going to be good to finish, but you never know. Like, you have the guy who left the NBA bubble. I can't remember which player it was. They hit up a strip club. He could come back and get the whole bubble infected. So I think that's a lot of things that are affecting sports, and that's why sports, to me, is not in a good place. But they're really trying to do the best they can with it, but I don't... me, personally, what I'm watching is wrestling, and really the promotions I'm really watching are Impact Wrestling. No knock on them, but they've been wrestling with small crowds lately anyway, so hearing a lot of reaction, you weren't really hearing a lot of reaction, is what I meant to say. Then NXT and AEW, they're doing a decent job, especially AEW, on having a crowd. Let me try to concentrate on this logo for a second. And pull up a turtle. Alright. That tail is really making me think it's the head. I really gotta do something about that tail. It's throwing me off. It's like, I forget where I was with that whole what's wrong with sports. But yeah. So like what I'm watching now is wrestling, mostly Impact, NXT, and AEW. Like I said, Impact was having small crowds anyway, who weren't very noisy. NXT is doing okay with the trainees around the being a small crowd. I do miss them having a bigger crowd. I think what they should do, which is put one group of people right against their glass partition, and then have some elevated seats behind that, and have people, you know, as close as they are up against the wall, have those people who are on the opposite side just sit on the same side, and then film from the side, and it looks like there's more people in the crowd. I don't know. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Impact, they're all, the entrance is the background, and it's getting old. And I think NXT's the promotion I want to see most change that. So just put everyone on one side and film from the opposite side. And then AEW's doing a good job. They got the other wrestlers around who aren't going to wrestle that day around the ring, and then they got crowds a little further back because they're wrestling in an actual arena. And they got people there. I don't know who they are. So they got a small crowd, just distance and, you know, social distance, and they could do that. Now, where was I? I needed a tail. I'm a little worried about getting too many images, not having enough images to finish. Of course, I can always adjust to that. What I was doing earlier there, I was wondering if they had a turtle to maybe give me some inspiration. I'm surprised they don't. But they don't, so oh well. Oh yeah, tail. Let me get the tail and get distracted again. Down so it doesn't have the outline. Back to there. Too small. Make it a little bigger. Now, I gotta figure out the leg and head. Now what I'm a little afraid of is the boss, who is like the head of this project, hopefully successful project. Won't be like, oh, that doesn't look like a Ninja Turtle shell or whatnot. This kind of, except for the diamonds, kind of resembles some turtle shells. The diamond, according to the picture I'm looking at, I am afraid to be like, oh no, make this look like a Ninja Turtle shell. And then, oi, what I do with him, Toad? So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what I do wrestling-wise. There's also, as some of you know, I coach the San Diego Crusaders. I like to call them the San Diego Crew, in the Relocation Football League. You can check them out on the relocationfootballleague.com, all one word, or the Relocation Football League. They also have a Twitter, an Instagram, Facebook. Anywho, that was giving me a lot of sports picks, but now they're gone. Hopefully this, there's some other projects Bac2Bragg is involved in that should get my attention. But yeah, sports, not doing great right now. But it's a perfect time for other sports to, like, if the NFL can't finish, and then the XFL can swoop in and do a good job. XFL could, if there's some free agents, depending on how contracts work when you don't play a season or don't finish a season, could snag up some NFL players for a year that just, want to play some. Improving the quality of the league. Especially those players that are kind of on the bubble. Maybe quality backup quarterbacks who are a little afraid they're not going to get signed, so they join a XFL team, show what they got, like, hey, look how good I did. Get a good contract for the next year in the NFL. Which, by the way, I believe I heard this from a reliable source that the XFL, which was, by the way, as most of you probably know, was purchased by The Rock, his ex-wife, and Red Bird Capital, which is like a sports investment company. They bought the XFL for $15 million. They still got some stuff they got to hash out before it's official, from what I'm hearing. But it doesn't sound like that stuff is going to fall through. Sounds like they got it. And they're already talking about, possible expansion, possible relocation, possible bubble season. I think what they can do is, and by the way, this could open up for a possible Olympics if they do this right. I think what they could do is do 2 groups of 4. Actually, this might be a good year to do expansion right off. You could have 12 teams. You bubble each team. You have them play kind of World Cup style. Everybody plays everyone once. The top team in each move on. And then you pick one wild card out of those 3 teams. Maybe you take the second place team of each of those, have them play a little bubble season, and then you have your 4th team, and you do your playoffs, and each one's a bubble. You could even run it, alright, this bubble's gonna run first. You have a game Saturday, Sunday. And then when that, after 3 weeks, you get your next bubble. 3 weeks, you get your next bubble. And then your playoffs or your wild card bubble. They play their 2 games. Well, 3. You have 3 teams. Maybe you get 4 teams. You get 2 from one group, and then 1 from each other bubble. And they play for 3 weeks. And then the winner of that moves on to the playoffs. And then you have your 2 games, and there's your season. And that would equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, maybe you only do the 3. The 1 and 2 team, you can't really do that. You'd have to have top team. Yeah, I think you have to have 1 wild card. So you do 12 teams. You have each one doing a bubble, not at the same time. So So you have like your East bubble, Central bubble, and West bubble. So it's like DC, New York, Tampa, expansion team. You have like St. Louis. Well, Tampa might become Orlando. I was listening to the End Zone earlier. They were going over teams they think will be relocated right off the bat and teams that won't be moved. And from them, you'll still have like the New York, maybe New Jersey Guardians. You'll have DC Defenders, and you might have the Tampa or Orlando Viper. And then you can do an expansion team. I'm trying to think of who could use a team on the East Coast. Maybe, yeah, I think they want to keep it kind of more southern. But you know, you could do Boston, Columbus, something like that. Then you could do Central. You have Houston. Houston's probably going to be Houston. St. Louis will probably definitely be St. Louis. The Renegades might be San Antonio. And then you get another Central team. Could be like Oklahoma. And then you do your West bubble, and that'll be the Wildcats, whether that's in LA or Oakland or San Diego. And you got Seattle, and then they could have two expansion teams with, you know, there's a lot of places on the West Coast that you could give a team. Arizona did all right, I think, with the AFL or the what was it? AFF, AAF, Alliance of American Football, or was it the American Football Federation? So whatever that was, 2 years ago, or was it 1 year ago? Yeah, it was like 1 year ago, and a couple months. You know, look at the teams that did well. Birmingham, there's another place that could have a XFL expansion team. Go with 12. You know, Columbus could be Central, and then one of those Texas teams could be in the West. So yeah, I do Bubble 1. You have 3 games, and then those guys can take off for a while, and then get back into it. Those playoff teams can get back into practicing when that last bubble is about to end. And then you do the Central. They'll play their 3 bubble weeks, and then they can have off a little bit. And then your West Coast, or your 3rd bubble, they can do their 3 weeks. And then you just jump right into the 2-game playoffs. The wild card team would be the issue there. Because if you might be a wild card, you don't want to start playing. Or you could just do a 16 playoff. 12-team expansion, or, you know, 8 to 12. 8 teams, 4 expansion teams, 3 bubbles. Top team out of each of those move on, and you do it like NFL conference. You have your wild card round, you have your conference or divisional, and then you have your conference would be the actual championship. So you have 6. You have your wild card round where the 2 worst group winners. Wait. You have your worst group champions, or bubbles. Let's call them bubbles. So you have bubbles, 3 bubbles of 4 teams. Each top team, the top 2 teams each move on. In the first round of the playoff will be like the wild cards in the NFL. But in this case, you'll have 3 wild cards and the worst bubble champions playing in that round. And then the next round, you have the top 2 bubble champions playing whichever teams came out of the wild card. And then you're down to 2 teams there's championship. Each bubble lasts 3 weeks. You know, these guys are living in hotels anyway. You know, having the roommate thing. You have your breaks. When they come back, you know, be like, guys, be super careful when you're on your off weeks during other bubbles, while other Bubbles play. Don't come back with that Corona. Shoot, but then you talk to some people and front will only be an issue after election, so. And I think I found my solution to the turtle. Hold on. Gotta move it down. I wish you could skew this. See how small I should go here. Not bad. Not bad. Maybe move it up a little bit. How far up can I go here? 512. Okay, what's half 512? Well, the answer to that is 256. I think it's going to be too high. And half of 256 is 128. Hitting you with the math skills. That's too high. So half of 128. Anybody know? Anybody know? It's 64. Let's go down to 60. 55? Particular that number. 50? Outline everything in white. Let me try something here. Boom, boom. See if there's something I can use. Something else I can use for eyes. Oh crap. Literally the last piece of imagery I can use here. to go ahead and use it if there's some kind of issue. Shame this game doesn't do, at least I don't think it can. We haven't found it. Importing images. Which kind of brings me, god dang it, to one of the projects rumored to be swirling around. I really shouldn't share it though. Never mind. I'm not gonna share it. I'm being told not to share it because they don't want the idea stolen. You know, I'm not even gonna say a thing about it. Just have to wait and see. I like it. Now we need to copy it. Copy logo. Definitely put it on the hats. Like the team name, let's even see if I can. I haven't even said the name of this team. Yeah, I have. Name's a little too big. So close. Tranquility Sea? With that, let me look up some stuff about the Sea of Tranquility real quick. Maybe that'll help us out. Because I'm gonna be real mad. I'm not gonna be real mad. I'm gonna be super stoked if, after all the work on this, is it called the Sea of Tranquility? The Sea of Tranquility was once thought to be an ocean. It appears dark when viewed from Earth, smooth and relatively flat. Likely the reason for its name, the Sea of Tranquility, was the landing site of Apollo 13, the mission during which Neil Armstrong made mankind's first ever walk on the moon. also called Mar Tranquilitas, which, wait, no, I'm looking at something else. What the heck? Mar Tranquilitas, Latin, the Sea of Tranquility, or Sea of Tranquility. I don't think this will fix the problem, but let's try it. Ugh. Okay, let's try this. Are you messing with me? Recently, blah 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 blah. A terrapin is one of several small species of turtles living in fresh or brackish water. Terrapin do not... What the heck does brackish mean? No, it's just another way of saying salt water. Sorta. Sea turtles rarely leave the ocean, except to lay eggs in the sand. Freshwater turtles live in ponds and lakes. And they climb out of the water onto logs or rocks to bask in the warm sun. Terrapins live on land and in water, usually in swamps, ponds, lakes, and rivers. Okay, I know what to do. Boom. Sea of Tranquility turtles. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say... Written out turtles at home, but we'll go with the turtle away. Pop, 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 pop. Kind of like that one. I like that one too. That one's very good. I like 6. I'm liking some of these other ones, but I think 6 so far. Yeah, let's go with 6. Yeah, you like it. I like it. Let's make it all smaller though. 1, 2, go down to 15 for now. Where did I see the number 15? I like it, but it should be up a little bit. Let's move that up to 30. it. Get one more outline though. Alrighty. Let us go to the jerseys. Now the first three we made went by a lot quicker. We will go, yeah, we should be stopping, as soon as I get done this jersey, we're done with this episode. See, let's talk about the Relocation Football League. So like I was saying, I do coach in that. Do you want to save your changes? Yes. Not to pat our league on the back. From what I could find, yeah, we are the, I think our YouTube channel has the most subscribers of a simulation football league like we have. We're about to start our college series. Come late August or early September. There's a lot of wait and see with certain things before we can decide exactly what we're doing with certain things. So unfortunately, that's why some things are up in the air at first. But anyway, that's why it's not 100% sure if it's the end of August, early September. I believe if you're watching this on Wednesday before 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Relocation Football League podcast will air at 8:30, and I believe they're going over the schedule. No, that's pretty good. 3's pretty good. I like 3 even more. Still like 3. Still like 3. Still like 3. Alright, what's the difference between 3 and 7? Oh, I like 7 better. I like 7. Still. Let's go with 9 for now. Like we're going with 9. Yeah, let's go with 9. Alright, this is the away jersey. Like that one to be dark, so... And we'll go numbers. One's alright. Like 1. Four's pretty good. Torn between 4 and 8 right now. Or 8. Like I didn't even get to there and I already knew I liked 8. With the turtle, let's not have the numbers. That for the jersey. I like black for the undershirt. Let's go to the... Oh wait, this goes to the pants. Helps if colors are different. Make out what everything is. There. I would like a big stripe like we have on the sides of the jerseys. This. Let me mess with that a little bit. White be black. Now let's have the black dark green. And then make some home jerseys. Okay, we like the 9. Numbers on this one. Yeah, we'll go there. Ta-da. Text a flag. Okay. Sucks is they don't really got pants that I like. I'm not super fond of the ones on the way. They're just the best I could find. So let's go with those. One little thing. We are good. There are your Sea of Tranquility turtles. About it for this episode. Thank you for joining us. I don't know when the next episode will be, but it'll probably be C, the producer, instead of myself, Christian Bacigaluppi. But keep on the lookout for me doing the Crusader Scope Show. I've been supposed to do that for the last couple weeks, but the Bac2Bragg Studios and are being renovated, and so are my offices. My office. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for joining us. And yeah, see you later. Peace.